Corporal Smith said, the problem is that we have is relying on other agencies to come and assist us. They have their own city to deal with. And there's been times where we've needed them and where we need 3 or 4 officers, maybe helping the perimeter, for example, and they can only send us 1 or none. So there are those times where we need them and they're just not available. And that's the problem.
And vice versa, when things happen in neighboring cities for us and they're asking for help, you know, it's hard to send 1 when you've only got 2.
So I should continue process of prayer for the police department, right?
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Larry Law. I was born and raised here in Banning. Actually, Beaumont. It was Beaumont when the hospital gave Banning when they moved the property line. But I got a couple concerns. My main concern, first off, is the Banning High School, the railroad tracks. I got a grandson. I take him to school because I'm afraid he might get hurt with the trains. I talked to some people prior to me retiring from the service and back home about why they put the school down there and the hazard that it's in. And they told me that the trains are not supposed to run between 7 o'clock and 8, but that's not happening. So they're running constantly, and I see kids running across that track trying to beat that train, and a rainy day gonna come, and then they're gonna say, why did we do something? Somebody could be out there monitoring that with authority, and that would deter the children from.
That would definitely speak to the types of departments or services that we've unfortunately lost with the reduction in staffing. Not having a traffic bureau, that would be something that would normally go to our traffic department for any kind of traffic control or traffic hazard situations. They would be made aware of those kind of things, and that would be something where they would be posted at that location to assist, make sure that things are happening safely, and make sure that there isn't anybody trying to obviously run across the tracks in front of an oncoming train. But losing that department within the PD, that would fall now onto the patrol level, and to say that we can 100% allocate a person to go there and sit there and work traffic, not knowing what kind of calls for service are going to come out, it would be very difficult to say of the 3 people or 2 people we have working, one of them is going to sit at either San Gorgonio in the tracks or Hargrave in the tracks and monitor traffic at that location.
Yes, but I can understand that. But I feel like officers going to the schools and pushing the issue constantly, reminding the students at the grade level they're going across some tracks, going to the middle school and to the high school about the danger would also help a little more. And my other issue I have is one that's a very touchy issue. When I was in the division headquarters over in Hawaii, I was watching the world news and I seen Banning on the map. And they made history for the murder capital of the world. And I said, wow, Banning, my little town?
1994.
Since I retired out of the military, I come back home and I know there's been several unsolved homicides or murders, whatever you want to call them, in this area, but I noticed there haven't been no follow-up, no information put out to the public what's happening. There was 2 women and a man killed, and I was very concerned about that when you kill the women. And then there's been people just come up, dumped on the Indian Reds. Ain't heard no more about that. And the unfortunately dumped on the Reds. Information flowing, dumped out in Whitewaters, dumped in Amazon. I said, all these homicides, and they ain't saying nothing about it. I mean, I know you started that, but that's kind of putting a red light out there. What's going on in the community? Should be addressed some kind of way in the newspaper. I read the record best, but it's not enough follow-up in there or the enterprise.
Right. The actual investigations themselves, unfortunately, because they are ongoing investigations, I can't discuss what's happening with them. That would be something at an administrative level within the department. If there are issues with information not being disseminated to the public, that would be something that should be coming from the chief of police himself, to let people know where things are at. And that's something that should be brought up at council meetings, that people are concerned about these kind of issues. So that way the council knows what to go to their department heads for answers on. As a union, that's not something that we have total control over. We can't decide what is disseminated to the public as far as police investigations go. But that is definitely something that administration should have been doing in the past. And hopefully with a new incoming chief, more information will be made available to the public as far as where investigations are in the future. That was definitely something that was lacking in the past from the top.
Yes, because I feel we feel more safer in the community where I live at. Because I don't live up in no nice neighborhood. I live on East South Avenue. So I feel more comfortable knowing that if I hear a report back from the community, you say we just checking on things, still working on it, but we haven't forgot.
I can take that concern to the administration, but that would be something that would have to come from our administrators. And definitely, if things are not being answered or the information is not getting out to the public, that's something that you go to your elected officials on at council meetings so that they're addressed, and they can address that with their department heads, so they can hold them accountable for where they're at with ongoing investigations. As far as the information going out to school children about the dangers of the train, definitely, and I can pass that on to our school resource officer and see if that's something that he can work on, and see if there's something that we can do to inform school-age kids about the dangers of crossing the tracks, of jumping in front of trains, and all that kind of stuff. That's definitely something we can address.
Thank you.